Proctor here. Today we're going to be talking about how do the millionaire agents do it? What are their secrets? How is it that some agents make this look relatively easy? I mean, you see them in your marketplace. You see realtors that are doing far more than you're doing in production. However, they seem to have more time off. They're taking vacations, they're playing golf, they're doing things that you would like to do. So today's session is not about work. What we're going to talk about today is freedom. Okay, so let me know what marketplace you're in. I want to know what's going on in your marketplace, whether it's really soft right now or things going pretty well for you. Check in. We get a lot of referrals here in Craig Proctor world. So let us know what marketplace you serve, and we'll see if we can get you some business that way as well. But if you're joining us a little bit late, today we're going to be talking about how to scale your business like millionaire real estate agents. Okay, so how do they do it? Well, I did it. Okay, I'm one of the few coaches that actually made millions of dollars selling real estate. Many of you know my story. I started in real estate with no experience, never sold anything in my life before. I knew nothing about marketing. And within 3 years, I was named the #1 RE/MAX agent in the world. So how did I do that? I sold over 10,000 homes. I've coached over 30,000 agents, and I've created more millionaire agents than any other coach or trainer. So we're going to talk about the ingredients, how to get started with this. I want you to consider this. If your business depends on you, you don't own a business, you have a job. Would you guys agree with that statement? Right? If your business depends on you, then you don't own a business, you have a job. So although real estate agents like to tell people I'm in the real estate business, you know, you've got business cards, you've got a for sale sign with your name on. The truth is we have a job, and for many of you, you have a bad job because you're not making the kind of money you want to make, and you're working long hours, weekends, on call. And I want to talk today about how you move from where you are right now to having a better life in real estate by having your real estate business serve you, okay, instead of it overwhelming you and taking over your life. So this is about leverage. That's really, you know, how you're going to go about this. You've got to be thinking in terms of how do I eventually have so much business coming in that I can hire other real estate agents and I can slowly step back from doing this. And we're going to talk about 3 key ways to leverage yourself. Leverage point number 1 will be with marketing. Not prospecting, not door knocking, not image or branded advertising where you're talking about, you've been in real estate for 17 years and, you've got the RE/MAX balloon behind you. It's not that kind of marketing. We're going to be talking about direct response marketing. This is inexpensive marketing where you're going to create automated systems, and you're going to basically be offering buyers and sellers something that they really want. So instead of advertising the real estate agent, instead, the focus in your marketing will be offering what it is the buyer and seller prospects want. Now, if you do this correctly, they will come to you, and they will come to you in large numbers. So I'm not suggesting to anyone that you run out and you hire a team. You wouldn't do that right now. For many of you, you've got to get the business coming in first. You know, if you owned a retail store and you had no customers, you wouldn't be thinking, oh, I need to hire a bunch of people, because you just have more people standing in your store and no customers to serve. So we first would help you work on the marketing. Okay, understanding how can I effectively generate qualified buyers and sellers where 1,000% of them are coming to you? Okay, no cold calling, no door knocking, no chasing. As you know, prospects don't answer the phone. They don't want to take your phone call. So if you believe that's true, first of all, smash the like button. If you agree that it's really difficult to get buyers on the phone, to get sellers on the phone, smash the like button if you agree with this idea of we need to figure out how to get them to call us. If we can't call them and reach them, we need to figure out how to get them contacting us. Well, that's exactly the code that I cracked when I got into real estate. Think about this. What experience did I have? 0 experience. If I can do this, you can do this. Within 36 months of having my real estate license, I was named the #1 RE/MAX agent in the whole world. How did I do this? Because I stumbled onto a special type of marketing called direct response marketing. With direct response marketing, as the name suggests, you're going to get an immediate direct response. So none of this waiting around and hoping and praying your marketing will work. I know a lot of trainers talk about that. Well, you got to be consistent. You got to stick with the program. You got to spend tens of thousands of dollars, and maybe one day down the road, months and months down the road, you might make some money. No. If you're running Craig Proctor style ads, you run the ad today, you're getting business today. Now, of course, you need to learn how to handle the business when it comes in. You need to know how to qualify prospects. You need to know how to follow up with prospects. So I created automated systems. Okay, so the marketing is automatic. While you're sleeping, leads are coming into you. Okay, well, on the weekends, on vacation, the leads are coming in. You guys remember what a vacation is, right? See, that's the problem. You know that if you take a vacation, your entire business stops. Why? Because it's not really a business. It's a job. When you stop, it stops. And the way you're doing it right now, not only is it difficult to keep it up, right? Many agents can do the sprint, but they can't do the marathon, but you can't leverage it, right? You might get stuck. Maybe it's at 20 transactions, 30, 40, 50, but as a solo agent, eventually, no matter how much time you trade, your production will get stuck. Let me know in the comments right now if you agree with this. Smash the like button if you agree that eventually you get stuck. How many of you are stuck right now? Okay, what production level are you stuck at? 25 transactions, 50 transactions, but eventually we get stuck. And that's what happened to me. First, I figured out the marketing. I had so many buyers and sellers contacting me, I physically could not work with all the buyers and sellers. Now, that's a good problem to have, right? But still a problem. So I started hiring other real estate agents, and I made mistakes along the way. So, I want to talk to you about, well, who do I hire first? Who do I hire second? How do I avoid the mistakes? How many of you have tried a team before? Maybe you've hired some people and it didn't work out. And because it didn't work out, you might be thinking, oh, the heck with this. It's just easier to do it myself. Been there, tried it, and this whole team thing doesn't work. Well, don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. This works if you do it the right way. You've got to learn how to hire the right people at the right time, doing the right things for your business. Now, I created this. I was the first real estate agent in North America to have a team as we know it today. I made the team, I popularized the team. So outside sales agents, inside sales agents, administrative people, all of these positions I created way back in the 1980s. Nobody was doing that back then. So what I want you to think about is, what is your future here in business? Is it just going to be a job where you continue to do what you're doing, trading your time for money? Or is there something bigger for you? Could you learn how to leverage yourself with marketing and then leverage yourself with proper systems? See, before you hire the people, you want to make yourself a super efficient solo agent. And you do that by implementing systems, automated marketing systems, follow-up systems. We're not going to run out and hire anyone until we make you super efficient. But even after you implement all the systems, there's going to be a point where you're going to say to yourself, I can't do this anymore. How many of you are already there? How many of you, let me know in the comments, how many of you already feel like, I can't do this anymore? Okay, I can't keep up this pace. You got into real estate because you wanted freedom, right? That's what you wanted. And ironically, that's the first thing that we give up doing it the traditional way, is we sacrifice our entire lifestyle for the money. And I know there's real estate agents in your marketplace that do this, right? They work 60, 70 hours a week. They don't go on vacation. They're a stranger to their family, and they're making a lot of money. But that's a high price to pay. I don't think any of us want to sacrifice our entire lives, everything in our life, for this real estate job. So how do we get started with this? Well, let's talk about your marketing message. What is it that you offer buyers and sellers that they can only get from you? Okay, the problem is most real estate agents, in their advertising, they're either talking about themselves, right? or they're talking about their company, or they're advertising their listings. Well, let's talk about advertising your listings. Have you noticed that no matter what listing you have, your listing has tiny, narrow appeal, right? Only buyers that are interested in that price range, and if you've got a 3-bedroom and they want a 4-bedroom, you're offering something that is not a universal thing that buyers and sellers want. Would it not make more sense, instead of advertising something that very few prospects are interested in, why don't we advertise something that everybody wants? Why don't we make a universal offer? Let me see if I'm explaining this the right way. I'm going to do a little survey here. In all the years that you've been in real estate, when you get an ad call or a sign call from a buyer, what percentage of the time when the buyer calls you about your listing do they say, "Oh my God, this is the house of my dreams," and they run over and buy it? Versus they say to you, "Oh, that's too big, it's too small, it's in the wrong location, it's too much money," or whatever. Obviously, let me know, what do you think that is? What percentage of the calls out of 100% would you say 5% of them call you and go buy the house, or 10%? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I think you'll see what I mean here. The vast majority of prospects don't even call you because what you're offering, this house, these listings, are not even of interest to them, right? They eliminate what you're advertising by what the picture of the house looks like. So here's what I want you to do instead. What I want you to do is I want you to start offering a service for buyers. And the service that you're going to offer is a service where you can get them difficult to find properties. Not only are you going to be able to share the MLS information, which, by the way, the buyers all know that they can get this information by themselves, right? It's called the internet. So if your big offer to buyers is, "I'm going to email you daily updates on the homes that you yourself can find on the internet by yourself," maybe that's why not as many buyers are interested in meeting with you. And you know what I'm talking about, right? When you follow up with them, they're like, "No, I'm good. I didn't request that. Maybe my kids were playing with the phone. I can't speak to you right now. I'm heading into a meeting." They blow us off because for most real estate agents, their offer sucks, right? Their offer is, "I can email you the daily updates of the homes on the internet, on the MLS. I'll represent your best interest." Now, the buyers today would rather do as much research by themselves. They want to represent their own best interest. They know now who has the house listed. They could go around you and go directly to the listing agent and save more money than working with you. What are you going to say to that? So if you're talking about how many years you've been in real estate and you're the local agent and you really try hard and you've got lots of integrity and you're going to represent their best interest and you're a great negotiator, I'm not saying those things aren't important. I'm just saying the buyers don't see it as important. So I want to teach you how to offer what it is that buyers and sellers really want. You're the only one offering it. The buyers and sellers can't find this information by themselves, and it's something that other real estate agents aren't offering. Smash the like button if this makes sense. Smash the like button if this makes sense. Is this a better approach? Imagine offering something that buyers and sellers really want that they can't get anywhere else. Now, it's inexpensive for you to do this. You can start running these kind of messages on Facebook Marketplace for $0. How many of you have $0? Or you could run maybe $5 or $10 a day paid ads on Facebook. What's your offer going to look like? How about this? The name of your area, so Boston, San Diego, wherever you are, San Diego home buyers get access to unlisted, off-market, pre-market properties that match your criteria. It's a free service. Give me a call. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, I don't have any. You're not saying you have any of these. You're saying you can find them. And I teach you how to find properties that match the buyer's criteria that are not yet on the market. Now, the good news for you is you're going to get both sides of the transaction. The buyer's going to think you're great because you're sending them information that no other buyers are getting. They're getting priority access to all these great deals. And when you find a home they like, guess what? They list their home with you. So you've got three ends. This is how I made millions and millions of dollars selling real estate. I was competing in a completely different arena, right? I was playing in a different sandbox. Let all the other real estate agents fight over the scraps. You don't have to do it the way they're doing it. And I know, like, that's the mentality when we get into real estate, right? That's our paradigm, is we look around the way everyone else is selling real estate, and we believe that's the best way to do it because everyone else is doing it. I also want you to consider the results that the average realtor is getting. They're not good results. So what you need to do is you need to copy a better model. Like, let's face it, whatever you're doing right now, you copied it, right? If you're door knocking, you're a door knocking person, you copied that. If someone taught you how to do door knocking or cold calling on the phone, or if you're buying leads from Zillow, they said, here's how you do it, right? What I'm suggesting is, why don't you copy me? Whatever you're doing now, why don't you just copy me? Do you know that everything that you want to do in real estate has already been done by me and thousands of Craig Proctor members all over the United States and Canada? I've had clients with me now for over 20 years. I've got brand new realtors who just got their license. I've got veterans that have been selling real estate for 20 or 30 years. I've got East Coast, West Coast, small town, big city, luxury agents selling, very inexpensive homes. It doesn't matter what marketplace you're in, because we're going to look at what is it that the buyers and sellers really want, and we're going to create an offer for you that's unique. It's inexpensive and it's automatic. Now, if you did this, the buyers and sellers would be contacting you. Does that sound better? Imagine if you didn't have to initiate the call. You didn't have to beg friends and family for referrals. You didn't have to door knock. You didn't have to waste your money buying Zillow leads or realtor leads. If you could inexpensively create opportunities where buyers and sellers are coming to you on their own volition every single week. Now, in the beginning, here's what you're going to believe. You're going to think, I can do this. And in the beginning, you will. And you'll do 20 transactions and 40 and 50 and 60. But there will be a limit to this. I'm warning you, there will be a limit. I will start you off as a solo agent, but you will get to the point, if you follow my advice, where you physically will not be able to work with all the buyers and sellers. Smash the like button if that makes sense. Now, we're going to turn this thing into a business. We're going to turn it into a business because we're going to leverage you through other people, through systems, through marketing, and eventually what happens over the next couple of years is you slowly back yourself out of the business. Okay, so maybe you hire a buyer agent and you delegate some of the buyers to the buyer agent. You're still selling real estate. You're still maybe working with some of the buyers. You're still taking on the listings. You're still doing the marketing. But then you hire another agent. And maybe the second agent starts helping you with some of the listings. But of course, because you're working with more clients now, over time, you're adding agents. Now, why would agents want to come and work with you? Because you've got what they want. You have appointments for them, not just leads. You have an inside sales agent that's handling the incoming inquiries and setting up appointments. You could be on the beach. Many of you know my story. When I was the number one in the world for RE/MAX, my office here, my business is in Toronto. And I say it's a business because it wasn't a job, because I was living in Sarasota, Florida. So I'm living in Sarasota, Florida. I bought this nice house on an island, boat right on the beach. And my team is selling over 500 homes a year in Toronto, a different country. Okay, I'm in Florida in the United States, and in Toronto, Canada, my business is churning out 500 plus transactions every single year. Now, I called into the office. I managed it from afar, but it was a real business. I wasn't meeting with any of the buyers. I wasn't meeting with any of the sellers. Now, I had a team, and I was doing $5 or $6 million. Now, you might say, well, but you had to split the commission with the other. Yes. How many of you would be good with half of $5 million? And you're living on the beach in Sarasota, right? So I can do that for a long time. You see, when I started in real estate, the first year in real estate, I was working 70 hours a week to sell 15 houses. That is not duplicatable. That sucks, right? I could not continue to work 70 hours a week. I'm married. I got 3 kids. There's other things I want to do in my life rather than sacrificing everything to my real estate job. Now, living on the beach in Sarasota, selling 500 homes a year, that is duplicatable. So I want you to think about this. If reaching your goals is really difficult, the problem is you're probably not going to stick with the plan. How many of you would agree with that? I mean, that's for anything in life. You're not going to stick with the plan. How many of you, if you had like a workout coach, and that workout coach was like hardcore? I had a guy like that. I had a friend of mine who was his buddy was like a workout coach. He was one of the top cyclists in Canada. And this guy was hardcore, and he would work me out every day. We wouldn't go to the gym. We would go to a football field. And it's not good for client retention because I'm 50 years old, and we're going every day until I throw up. And then he's standing over top of me. Now, he's standing over top of me. Come on, you can do it. Let's do more. So that wasn't duplicatable for me. Okay, but that's how my real estate business was, working 70 hours a week. So we've got to be realistic. What is it that you want this life of yours to look like? And let's engineer your business to get you there. That's the only reason you got into real estate anyway. You got into real estate because you thought it would make your life better. And the irony is, for many of you, it made things worse. Now, you've been trying to figure this thing out, right? And there's lots of coaches and people in your ear. Do you know the qualifications to be a coach is you have to know how to spell coach. That's it. Find somebody in real estate that sold more houses than Craig Proctor. I sold over 10,000. If you can find a coach that sold more houses, that made more money as a real estate agent, sold more than 10,000 homes, type that into the comments. Because they don't exist. Now, I don't know about you, but if I want to learn to be a better golfer, I want to learn from the best golfer I possibly can. I don't want to learn from someone that's never held a golf club. I want to learn from the best of the best. If I wanted to play tennis, I don't want to read about how to play tennis in a book. I don't want to hear from the person in the stands, the armchair critic. I want to hear from the professional tennis player. I want to learn. When I was a kid, I played tennis with 2 guys. The first kid, I could beat him easily. Played every day. The second kid I played with, he would kick my butt every day. Where did I get better? Playing with the better player. When you hang out with Craig Proctor, you hang out with better players. Remember, I've created more millionaire agents than either coach or trainer out there. Okay, you get to hang out with them. Okay, remember when your parents said, if you hang around with bad people, bad things might happen. If you hang around with good people, good things might happen. Hang around with us. Hang around with people that are doing the thing that you want to do, and they'll explain to you exactly how they're doing it. Now, if this was true and you met with hundreds and hundreds of Craig Proctor agents from all over the United States and Canada that are successfully doing this, your skepticism's gone. You don't have to believe Craig. Believe the hundreds of thousands of students over the last 30 years that are doing this. Now, what about you? Are you going to do this? Or are you going to watch this and say, this was interesting, but I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing and hoping and praying for a different result? The first thing I want to offer you guys today is I have a private group on Facebook. This is not my private group, but I have a private Facebook group. It's called Rich Agent Secrets. It's about how to get rich in real estate, rich in time, rich in closings, rich in freedom. If you would like to be part of my private group, it costs you $0 to do that. Type into the comments below, private group. If you type in private group, my team will send you an invitation. There's over 7,000 top real estate agents from all over the United States and Canada. I would like you to meet them. I would like you to meet them. There's no downside to this. I'd like you to meet with them. I'd like you to talk to them. Is this real? Did Craig help you go from X to 10X? You meet them. You talk to them. You decide. And for those of you that would like to book a call with my team and I, we will have a conversation about how this can work. The call costs $0. If someone could please type in proctorcall.com, no space, proctorcall.com, just like my name says here, proctorcall.com. That's a clickable link, and you can book a day and a time that works for you. Now, is this a big sales pitch? No. First of all, I don't need your money. I'm good. Do the math on this. I sold over 10,000 homes. That's very well documented, by the way. RE/MAX, before they give the #1 agent in the world award out, they actually send an auditor to your office. Right? RE/MAX International sends an auditor, and they go through all the books. It's like, God, this guy really was selling 500-600 homes a year. That is, my track record is very well documented. It's very public. Okay, so this is real. You can give yourself all the excuses you want, that your marketplace is different, that I'm in Canada. Most of my students are in the United States. I had people in Toronto in my marketplace saying, well, I don't know if this will work in my marketplace. In my backyard where I did this. It's very natural that we try to figure out the old paradigm. Okay, the old paradigm wants to pull you back. Okay, on the surface, you want to change, but deep inside, the old paradigm wants to pull you back and keep you where you are. You want to break free. I don't know about you, but I don't want to live in a prison. And this paradigm, okay, this way of thinking and doing things is picked up by watching all the other real estate agents in the industry. Oh, this is how we do it here. This is what my broker said to do. I was talking to an agent the other day. I said when they got into real estate, their broker had another agent in the office helping them, coaching them. Well, guess what? The agent coaching them sold 4 homes last year. How many of you have had that experience before where you got into real estate and you got assigned a coach, a mentor, and you found out the mentor really didn't even know what they were doing? Who the coach is really important. Okay, I would have a coach. Why do you want to figure this out by yourself? Why would you not want to take a massive shortcut to success? Everything you want to do in real estate has already been done by me and thousands of Craig Proctor members. If this is making sense to you, don't back out of this and say, well, this was really entertaining. It makes sense, and then do nothing about it. Join my private group. Okay, just type in private group. Let's just start a conversation. Okay, there's 7,000 other realtors in my private group. They don't have a horse in this race. They're going to keep making millions of dollars whether you join up or not. Book a call with me. If you like this today, if you feel like, you know what, Craig seems to know what he's talking about. He's got a very public and well-documented track record as the real estate agent and coach that sold more real estate, more homes than any other coach, and he's created more millionaire agents than any other coach or trainer. You're in the right place. You're here for a reason. So book a call with me. Okay, pick a day, a time. We'll have a conversation. If it makes sense, I'll tell you about how you could move forward with me. If it doesn't make sense, well, you can hang up anytime. So I hope you guys enjoyed this today. Today was about describing the pathway from going where you are right now, having a job as a real estate agent, to leveraging yourself with marketing, with smart systems, with people. So you're on this pathway from going from a job to a business. And you can build this as big or small as you want. Maybe you're doing 20 transactions a year and you just want to go to 40. Maybe you're at 40 and you want to go to 80. Maybe you want to hit the ball out of the park like me and you want to sell hundreds and hundreds of houses. You get to decide. I was talking to an agent recently about my $1 million producers. Now, that's not like $1 million in volume. It's not like they sold $1 million home. They're actually making $1 million a year in GCI. In fact, you know that I have members, coaching members, long-term Craig Proctor coaching members that are making over $1 million every month, every 30 days. Now, yes, they have a big team. Some of them are in multiple marketplaces, but you get to decide how big you want to build this. So this agent says to me, oh, I'd never want to make $1 million a year. I'm like, why? Did you try it and not like it? No, her paradigm was this. Her paradigm, her thought process was, I'm already killing myself making $100,000 a year. You know, I'm already a stranger to my family. I already feel guilty. You know, as a parent, you feel guilty, right? How many of you feel guilty? When I'm at work, I feel guilty. I'm not at home. When I'm at home, I feel guilty. I'm not working. So we were having a conversation about this. And remember, she said to me, I would never want to make $1 million a year. And the reason she said that is because what she believes, her paradigm is, I'm barely hanging on now. I'm killing myself, making $100,000 a year. $1 million a year would probably mean heart attack, a divorce. I would never see my kids. And I said, you know what? You're right. If you keep doing it the way you're doing it. Number one, you're never going to get to $1 million a year. But her perception was that she would have to give more of herself to make $1 million. And the truth is the opposite. You've heard the saying, right? Your parents probably told you this, right? The more you make, the less you do. That's called leverage. How do you think my $1 million a month members do it? These are agents that selling over 1,000 homes every single year. How do they do it? I mean, if this depends on time, they would run out of time. Many of you have already run out of time and you're doing 20 or 30 transactions. How would you, it needs to not involve you. All right, I'm going to lay this on you guys, and I want you to give this some thought. If you want to be a rich real estate agent, if you want to be really rich as a real estate agent, it means you can't be a real estate agent. Everybody getting this? If you want to be a multi-millionaire real estate agent, it means you can't be a real estate agent. That's the pathway that we're on, is taking you from having a job as a real estate agent, instead slowly backing out, not overnight. I'm not saying run out and hire 10 people or anything crazy like that. You're going to hire one, and I'm going to show you how to do it. And then when it works, and you've got even more business coming in, you're going to hire a second. And then you're going to hire a third. Now, you can stop this whenever you decide. You might say, you know what, I'm good at 50 transactions. I'm good at 100 transactions. But you have a spark inside of you. There's things you want to do in your life, right? That's why I do this. If I can help you, and by the way, this cost you $0 to watch this, right? This is just me sharing with you how I did it, how I've helped all these other agents. You do with this information what you want. You can ignore it. You can say it's not real. However you want to process this. It's totally up to you, right? You can look at this and think about all the things that are wrong, or you could look at it a different way and think about all the things that are right about this. You can focus on why this won't work for you, or you can focus on how can I make it work. First thing I do when I'm working with an agent, we start up here. We start with the paradigm. We start with your belief system. Okay? Understand that whatever results you're getting now are based on how you think. This paradigm of yours, all of the stuff that's happened to you in your life, the way you were raised by your parents, all your experience through elementary school, through high school, your first job, everything that's happened to you, your first day in real estate, all the crap that they've taught you while you've been a real estate agent, it forms your paradigm. It's like these blinders. It's how you look at real estate. And you say to yourself, this is how we do it here. But then you see these other agents that are kicking your butt. You're like, how are they doing it? How are these agents coming in? I've been in real estate for 10 years. How are they coming in? And a year or two later, they're kicking my butt and they're doing better. Okay? They have a system. The system is there. Why would you ignore a system? Why wouldn't you at least evaluate this system? Evaluate it. That's what a wise person would do. It's like, okay, I've been doing this for a number of years. This kind of sucks. I'm watching Craig right now for a reason. He figured it out. He's helped a whole bunch of other agents figure it out. Why don't I just book a call with Craig? proctorcall.com. Go there, book it, and we'll see you on the other side. Hope you guys have enjoyed our training today. I hope you found this extremely helpful. If you did, smash the like button. Maybe give me a little heart. And you can share this, by the way. If you know another realtor you think would benefit from what we're talking about today, just share it. If you're not following this page, make sure you do. Okay? Follow this page, turn on notifications, and we'll see you next time. Thanks again for watching. This is Real Estate Coach Craig Proctor. Have a great day. This is Craig Proctor. Hey, I really hope you enjoyed that video. And listen, I've got a lot more information for you to help you grow your real estate business. You see, several times a week, I record new videos and I load them onto this YouTube channel. What I'd like you to do, if you'd like to access them, are two important things, and both are totally free. Number one is I'd like you to subscribe to this channel. You're going to see a little subscribe button for you to click on. And if you don't already have an account with YouTube, it's free for you to set it up. It's really easy, it's free, but you've got to subscribe to this channel. And the most important thing is to ring the little bell right next to the subscribe button. And that's gonna let you know every time I load new money-making videos to help you grow your real estate business. So make sure you subscribe right now, you ring the little bell, and we'll see you on the next video.